My name is Alara Whitmore. I'm 30 years old. And 3 weeks before my wedding, my mother bought my sister a $6,500 ivory gown to wear to my ceremony. Not a nice dress. Not a formal guest outfit. A bridal gown. I found out the way everyone finds out things they were never meant to see. Scrolling. Casually. Absent-mindedly. A cup of coffee in one hand. My future in the other. And then, there it was. A post. My mother's Facebook. 12 photos. Professional lighting. Champagne flutes in the background. A luxury boutique I couldn't even afford to walk into without checking my bank app first. And in the center of every frame, my sister. Spinning. Smiling. Radiating. Wearing ivory. The caption? My beautiful girl is going to steal the show. Not a show. The show. My wedding. Before I take you back, because trust me, this didn't start here. If anything in this story hits a nerve for you, like the video. Subscribe. Only if you actually feel it. And tell me in the comments. Where are you watching from, and what time is it right now? I read everything. This story didn't begin with a dress. It began 3 years ago, the day my sister got engaged. Her name is Naomi Whitmore. She's older than me. 3 years. And for as long as I can remember, she's been the sun. And I've been orbit. When Naomi got engaged, my mother, Evelyn Whitmore, turned it into a full-scale production. Not celebration. Production. The kind with stages, lighting, and a very clear lead role. There were 3 separate dress shopping trips. 3. The first? Just the 2 of them. Brunch downtown. Private boutique appointment. Champagne. Photos. 17 pictures posted online. Caption. Finding the perfect dress for my perfect girl. The second time, I was invited. I drove 40 minutes. When I walked in, Naomi was already on the platform in a fitted mermaid gown. My mother was clapping like she was watching a final performance. I smiled. Said, "That neckline looks amazing on you." My mother didn't even look at the dress. She looked at me and said, "Don't give too many opinions, Alara. You don't really understand her style." I sat on a white couch for 2 hours, held Naomi's purse, smiled for one photo, left quietly. The third trip? I wasn't invited. I found out the same way I always do. Social media. Professional photos this time. Bouquet? Soft lighting. My mother wiping fake tears with a monogrammed handkerchief. 38 likes. 0 mention of me. At that point, I wasn't engaged yet. I had been dating Ethan Hale for a year. No one asked about him. At Thanksgiving, my mother asked Naomi about her wedding registry, twice. Then turned to me and said, "So, are you still doing that therapy job with those kids?" I'm a pediatric occupational therapist. 6 years in. Still, that job. Ethan proposed on our porch. No cameras. No audience. Just him, nervous, holding a small wooden box next to my glass of iced tea. He barely got the words out before I said yes. The steaks he was grilling burned. We laughed. That's who he is. Simple. Steady. Real. The kind of man who builds things instead of performing them. I called my mom that night. She picked up on the 3rd ring. "Mom." Ethan proposed. Silence. For seconds. I counted. Then she said, "I hope he knows what he's getting into." That was it. No congratulations. No happiness. Just a warning. Like I was a liability someone had just signed a contract for. I invited her dress shopping. Twice. She declined both times. The second time she added, "Just wear something simple. This marriage won't last. You'll regret wasting money." I screenshotted it. Not for revenge. For reality. Because I needed proof I wasn't imagining my own mother telling me my future was already broken. I went shopping without her, with my best friend Alyssa. No champagne, no cameras, just honesty. The fourth dress I tried on was the one. And for the first time in weeks, I felt like a bride. I thought that was the worst of it. I was wrong. That was just the beginning. Within weeks, my mother started calling family members, spinning a story, a clean one, a believable one. Ilara is shutting me out. She didn't even invite me. I'm heartbroken. And people believed her, because she sounded hurt. And I stayed quiet, until I found out she told my grandmother that I was marrying Ethan for money. Ethan, who drives a dented pickup truck. That's when something inside me shifted. Silence wasn't peace. It was surrender. I didn't uninvite her. I didn't want to be that daughter. But I also wasn't going to let her ruin my wedding. So Alyssa built a plan. A real one. With logistics. With backup strategies. With something she called Operation White Line. 6 weeks before the wedding, I confronted my mother. She didn't deny anything. She cried. She deflected. And then she said, "You're turning everyone against me. And worst of all, your father would be ashamed. He passed away 6 years ago." She used him like a weapon. I walked out. For the first time in my life. 10 days later, I saw the post. The dress. The ivory gown. The caption. That's when I knew. She wasn't just going to hurt me quietly. She was going to do it publicly. I called my sister. Gave her a chance. "Please don't wear that to my wedding." She hesitated. Then said, "Mom already told everyone. I can't change now." That was her answer. So I texted Alyssa. "She's going to wear it." She replied instantly. "We're ready." The venue had a policy. Dress code enforcement. Discreet. Professional. No drama. Just consequences. On my wedding day, at exactly 3:47 p.m., my mother arrived. In that gown. Full ivory. Train and all. My sister behind her. Also in ivory. They walked in like they owned the moment. Like they were the moment. They made it 15 steps. Before staff stopped them. Calm. Polite. Firm. "This attire does not meet the couple's dress code." My mother laughed. Then demanded to see me. They gave her 2 options. Change. Or leave. She chose to leave. In front of everyone. Head high. Dress dragging across gravel. No one stopped her. No one defended her. Not this time. My sister stood there. Frozen. Then slowly. She took the backup dress. And changed. My mother sat in her car. And watched the ceremony through the windshield. And me? I walked down that aisle. Alone. Not because I had no one. But because I finally understood. I didn't need anyone to give me away. I married the man who chose me. Without conditions. Without comparison. Without competition. And for the first time in my life, I chose myself back. 7 months later. Things aren't perfect. But they're real. And real is something my family avoided for decades. If you've ever stood between keeping the peace and keeping your dignity, just know this. You're allowed to choose yourself. Even if it costs you everything you thought you needed. That's my story. Maybe it's yours too. Drop boundary in the comments if you understand. And I'll see you in the next one.